Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Marc Skinner's press conference reaction show. In tonight's show, we are going to be reacting to Marc Skinner's press conference that Bayern Munich women's game in the Women's Champions League tomorrow. Big up to every single one of you who's like and locks in already this evening. Much appreciated. Now, if you are into your Manchester United content, please do hit the subscribe button, as I do plenty of Manchester United content for the men and for the women as well. I do a lot of F1 as well on this channel. And also make sure you are subscribing to my second channel, my football channel. The link is in the description, and I think it's in the live chat as well. And if you're into your gaming, make sure you are subscribing to my extra channel. Again, the link is in the chat, and it's also in the description as well. And pinned on top of the live chat and in the description is my channel membership. So if anyone wishes to become a regular YouTube member today and help fund this channel, you can find all the information pinned on top of the live chat. But big ups to all you legends who are live and locked in already, yeah? So very shortly, I will be getting started with Marc Skinner's press conference. Now, before I get started with the press conference, I just want to give my thoughts and opinions on the huge breaking news that Mohamed Salah is leaving Liverpool at the end of the season, a year earlier than expected, because he still had one more year left on his contract. Look, I think he's been an absolute fantastic player for Liverpool. Okay, clearly it's not quite worked out for him this season, but he's done some great things over the years. He really has. And this is a big loss for the Premier League. It really is. You know, he's a top player, is Mohamed Salah. And originally, of course, he played for Chelsea as well. But yeah, but he's done so much work for Liverpool. I mean, the goals he scored in his career at Liverpool, it's just, been absolutely unbelievable, people. It really has. So, but do I think the time's right for him to move on now? Yes, I do. You know, I think Liverpool just needs a complete refresh. But, you know, it is a shame, though, people, because, like I said, it's a big loss for the Premier League. And yeah, wherever he ends up next, you know, good luck to him. And I think a lot of Liverpool fans are devastated, but at the same time, now understand, thinking, yeah, it's the right time for him to move on. But, you know, even though I'm a Manchester United fan, right, people, you know, I got a lot of respect for Mo Salah. You know, what a player he's been, honestly, just absolutely amazing. And it's going to be interesting now to see who Liverpool replaces him in the summer, isn't it? So, yeah, Mohamed Salah to leave Liverpool FC at the end of the season. Wow. I mean, I was over at my mum's house. I was out in the kitchen, you know, because she's just dishing up my lasagna. And my stepdad went, Josh, come here, because he's the Liverpool supporter, and I saw the breaking news saying Mohamed Salah to leave Liverpool at the end of the season. I was thinking, wow. I mean, it broke about just after 6 o'clock this evening. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see now who wears that number 11 shirt for Liverpool next season, isn't it? But, yeah, let's get to you guys in the live chat. Like, subscribe, people. Bash! Big up to you, AFC, always. Good evening, mate. Thank you for joining me this evening, mate. Much appreciated. Big up, Dinosaur Team. Big up, mate. More PR nonsense. Oh, hang on. What have I done here? Hang on. Sorry about that. I'll display again. There we go. More PR nonsense news, more lies came from Chelsea ownership, and I'm getting fed up with this nonsense news. And I can't wait to enjoy my holiday for 3 days in 2 weeks. Will be muted every single journalist. Yeah, absolutely. So you should as well, Danny. Sort of thing. Enjoy your break, mate. Because you don't want to be worrying about that sort of stuff, do you? Yeah, just mute notifications, mate. Salah leaving Liverpool in the end of the season. Who do you think will replace Salah at Liverpool next season? I mean, Hugo Ekitike is a very good player, so I think as long as they get in the good replacement, I think Liverpool will be in a decent place. Saudi Arabia, I think Salah will go and get the money in the summer transfer because he's leaving on a free, you see, so he's going to be a free agent, so he can join any club he wants. Like, just get out in the algorithm, share it to the Discord group. There we go. Bash. There we go. That's out in the algorithm. But yeah, people, Marc Skinner's press conference reaction. Now, please note, people, when I do these press conference reactions, I do not share the press conference on screen. I share it as audio only, playing that on my phone in the background. I may stop the press conference halfway through if I need to talk about a few certain bits. And then also afterwards, sometimes if the opposition do one, I listen to the opposition as well. But yeah, we're definitely here to do Marc Skinner's press conference. But I will think the Bayern Munich women's manager has done one as well, of course, because like I said, I do like to hear the opposition's goals as well. Like when I do Michael Carrick's press conference reactions. If you want to hear me more reacting to Michael Carrick's press conference reactions, people, make sure you do hit the subscribe button. But let's get started now with Marc Skinner's press conference reaction. So, I got a problem with my TV and I'm having trouble with my screen. And I get black line on my TV. Oh dear, that's not good. Maybe it might be time to upgrade your TV download sort of thing. You had it for quite a long time. Because after a while, they do need replacing, unfortunately. Right, let's play the press conference. It's on the Manchester United Women's channel. Here we go. So, Marc Skinner and Sigurdsdóttir, Julia Sigurdsdóttir, 24 minutes, 13 seconds. Wow. This is going to be quite a long press conference. Of course, I guess it's the same equivalent as if you're doing part 1 and part 2 of the press conferences for, say, the men's games. Because obviously in the men's game, they do a part 1 and part 2 press conference. So it looks like with this one, this is just combined all into one, which is absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, we're going to have fun reacting to this one, people. We really are. Since I got my bedroom done. All right, okay. So, yeah, I don't want to hear myself in the background, do we? We want to hear Marc Skinner. So, I'm going to play the press conference now, people.
Simon, you going to start us? Oh, come on then. Just in terms of
Simon Stone, who does a lot of Michael Carrick's press conferences as well. Now, this is going to be interesting, people, to see what he's got to say.
Coming back from Sydney, clearly. No, she's trained this morning. How is she? Is she available to start? What's her mood?
Yeah, no, she's fine. Honestly, you'd imagine on such a high of winning the tournament and fantastic achievement for them and really congratulating. It was a fantastic morning this morning because the players put a little kind of balloons and welcome back moment for Hinny, and you could just tell.
Oh, wow. The players welcoming back the player who's been on at the Asian Cup playing for Japan. Wow. I mean, fair play. Just goes to show what these players think of their teammate. That's a wonderful gesture by the players. That really is.
But Hinny seems like Hinny. Pretty normal. I'm sure there'll be some effect.
Hinny getting welcome back balloons.
But she feels ready to go, and obviously should be in contention to start the game. We're one of these teams, Simon, that we're adverse to that kind of putting players under extreme risk. We do have player-centred approach, so if we felt that was any different, but Hinny is in contention to start this game. Feels absolutely fine, trained absolutely fine. So, she's a hugely important part of what we do. So, she's in contention.
Oh, damn it. Sorry, Matt.
We do, so she's in contention.
It's been a long journey since August. Bearing in mind Hammarby in the semi-finals of the Europa Cup, I think a lot of people wouldn't have been that surprised if you'd been knocked out right at the start. What is the feeling at the club having reached this stage? Obviously, you want to go further, but what is the achievement of coming into this competition and reaching the quarterfinals when nobody really expected that?
We're in a strange paradigm as a Manchester United team. Of course, we accept the excellent kind of journey we've been on, especially in the Champions League as well.
I mean, for us to reach the quarterfinals in our debut season, it's just absolutely incredible. I mean, it's just way above expectations. I would have been happy if we just made the last 16. But the fact that we made the quarterfinals in our debut season in the Women's Champions League is absolutely unbelievable.
But you're at this stage, you don't just turn up and go, "Oh, brilliant, thanks for coming. We enjoyed the ride." Like we've got two fantastic games against a brilliant opponent on historic moments, the Allianz and Old Trafford. We've got to maximise the moment for me. I know.
Now the women will be playing at Old Trafford 2 games in a row. Bayern Munich women tomorrow, then Manchester City women on Saturday afternoon at Old Trafford.
Especially are this character. Even when you achieve so much, you're never really that fully happy until you've done the next thing, and then you got to move next. So we've got to keep moving time. Like, we appreciate how far we've come. It's a reflection point for after the season finishes. But while you're in it, we are 2 magical nights of football that we are absolutely looking forward to. I always love playing Champions League at Old Trafford because it's the theatre of dreams. We've known that for a long period of time. And we're going to go out there and put on a performance and really look forward to it. It's one of the most difficult challenges Bayern Munich. But we're excited by the challenge of it, and something our players absolutely deserve to go.
Always say Bayern Munich women are top in their women's league. Now, I've not really watched a lot of Bayern Munich women, to be fair, so I don't really know much about them. But one thing's for sure, people, that I know it's going to be a very, 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 very tricky game for Manchester United women. But one, we could easily come out on top, if we put in the right mindset.
And pit themselves against this team at this arena.
You played there. What does it take to win? Because, people look at the women's game and they see Lyon, and they see Barcelona, see Chelsea, Arsenal last year. What does it take to beat a team like Bayern Munich, who've clearly got the name, like Manchester United have, but maybe not quite at their absolute peak?
We have to be at our best. We have to be compact in defense, but we also have to play our game.
Yeah, I agree with what Sigurdsdóttir was saying there, Julia Sigurdsdóttir. We literally got to be very organised at the back. And yeah, because if we are a bit loose at the back, then Bayern Munich women will punish us.
good players and we're a good team. So if we just play our game, I don't think we can hurt them. And we have to believe in that and believe in ourselves. We can't just see this as a big club or a big name that we're playing against. It's a football game, 90 minutes, and we just have to go out there and do what we're good at.
Let's check on Jade and Dominic. Are they available?
Yes, Dominic is out this one. Again, we're continuously assessing her. Jade's back, so Jade is available again to be selected for the team. And then apart from that, I don't think anyone else is back. So it's welcome to have Jade back in the team. But Dom will miss this one.
Any others? Anyone else returning?
Not that I can think of. Not from the other day. No, apart from obviously Hinata. So Hinny and Jade return back in. Layla misses because she's not registered in the squad at this period. So there's nobody else that will be returning for this leg.
Cool. Hello, Matt. You said you really want to put on a show at Old Trafford. So just taking it to Bayern rather than worrying about having something to take to Germany.
No, honestly, the way you have to assess both legs, this game will not be hopefully won or lost in this tie. I mean, you'd hope that you'd win it in this tie, but it's unrealistic. I think the way that Bayern are and the way that we are, I think
the first leg is going to be very, very tight. But if we can get a 1-0 victory, I'll take that any day in the week. To take an aggregate lead back to the Allianz Arena next Wednesday would be absolutely fantastic.
Both legs will be really important. We have to show I can't stress this enough, we have to show our experience. We have to show what we've learned.
We do need to show our experience. I agree, 100%. Because then we have every chance making it to the semis.
This season, in the dark, the game will flit. It will go between momentum of both teams. They can hurt us, we can hurt them. It will come down to moments, but
I think it's who wants it more at the end of the day, and which team makes less errors, and which team is more clinical.
You have to manage the tie. That means, because your balance is, do we go gung-ho or do we will...
Big up Adam Partridge. Blush. Big up to you, mate. Good evening. Thank you for joining me this evening, mate. Much appreciated. Yes, I'm very well. Thank you, Adam Partridge. How are you? How's your Tuesday gone so far?
Literally try to manage the game for what it is. We know our strengths. We know how we can hurt them. We also respect their strengths and how we have to stop them. I see this game being fluid at times, but also both teams defending really well at times too. That's the balance of the game, and then we take it back to the Allianz for another tough tie, I think.
And how much is managing playing at Old Trafford as well, the extra pressure? I know how exciting it is as well, but how do you kind of balance all of that? How does it change?
That's good. I'm glad you're all good, Adam Partridge.
Preparations going into it.
Oh, my diamonds are used to the pressure of Old Trafford. They're used to...
Big up Michael.ChelseaFC. Bash, big up to you, mate. Good evening. Thank you for joining me this evening, geezer. Much appreciated. Welcome in, mate. Big up Brian CFC. Bash, big up to you, mate. Good evening.
Pressure at Manchester United, so our players are incredibly resilient.
I mean, we have played at Old Trafford a few times before, so the players should be quite familiar with the pitch at the end of the day. And it makes a nice change for the fans, I guess, because obviously they usually go to Leah Sorts Village and watch football. Big up Mr. Joshy J, big up Chat Generals. Yeah, big up to you, Brian CFC.
You saw that the weekend again, and they're going to need it. We're going to have to emergency defend at time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Adam Partridge. Yes, it's the Little Chef. Now, obviously, Little Chef used to be very popular here in the UK before they unfortunately went out of business. Big up to you, Mob. Bash, big up, mate. Good evening. Thank you for joining me this evening, mate. Much appreciated. How are you doing, Mob? Welcome in, mate.
We're going to have to break past and run Bayern. I see all of the kind of pitfalls of the game and the highs and the lows of the emotion, but you've been incredible. The team have been incredible at managing those and balancing those. And the one thing about us is that you must always know is that we never give up. So regardless of what the situation is in front of us, our team will fight to the very last minute.
Look how well Marc Skinner talks, people. It just absolutely baffles me how fans want this guy out. Seriously. I'll be talking more about that after I finish listening to the press conference. Because to me, it's ludicrous. Saw your comments on the Jazz stream. Oh, did you, Mob? Yeah, big up to Jazz. No one will stop me talking around football, Josh Tate. They can get in the bin. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It sounds like maybe a bit of a siege mentality, maybe kind of still in there because Bayern are 22 unbeaten.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they are. I mean, they're incredible football.
Yeah, you're fully behind Sonia Bombastor. Like, I'm fully behind Marc Skinner because, he's got us in the Women's Champions League. For now, we're still in the competition, and he won us the Women's FA Cup a couple years ago.
Team, but we don't look at that. They haven't played Manchester United yet, so that's the difference. They'll be aware of us.
Did you see the channel I sent you? Is that why you commented on my shorts video, Mob? I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, I'll have to check that channel out.
Respectful team. It was a great relationship between our two clubs. So for us, we absolutely respect them, but on the day it will be about us showing our football and trying to put them to bed. So we expect a fantastic tie, a great occasion, but one that we are willing to run the wire to.
And then against your own side, just to pick on one player who's been outstanding in Champions League, particularly Melvin Mellard, how big an impact she has on and off the pitch. Like, what has she kind of brought to this for you as a player this season?
No, she's a brilliant player in person. She's so funny to be around and always have the energy. And like, you see what she does on the pitch. She can take.
Yeah, I'll check that channel out. Cheers, Mob.
People on. She can shoot from the outside the box. She's good inside the box. So it's a really good player to have in the team because she lifts everyone up.
And for you, a special moment against your own team?
With her? Or like...
for you against Bayern?
Oh, yeah, of course it's a special moment. It's going to be fun seeing the old teammates. But yeah, it will be an exciting game and I'm looking forward to it.
Hi.
You were certain then, weren't you?
Competition. This is obviously the start of. I know there's been a lot of big games recently, but there's 3 huge games really in 8 days. Have you spoken to the squad at all about kind of what lies away over the next 8 days? How big an opportunity it is, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. Look, I think regardless, you don't hide the fact that there's an awareness of that. I think you have to own that and have conversations around that. But we obviously haven't had time to think about ahead. We honestly haven't had time. We have to move to the next challenge, and our refocus goes obviously to Bayern, and then wherever that game finishes, players will recover and we will refocus on Manchester City. But yeah, it's 3 massive games. But honestly, at this stage, we just played the final. I then said West Ham was a final because of the turnaround time, and then Everton, the turnaround time is even smaller. So
Hey, fuck's sake. What are we doing here? How does that sound like?
the right energy.
Oh, sorry about that.
3 massive games, but honestly, at this stage, just played the final. I then said West Ham was a final because of the turnaround time, and then Everton, the turnaround time is even smaller. So the players have been through the ringer, but They pop out with the right attitude, the right energy. Special team, this group of people. You'll see them in any interactions they have. They're a special group, so we have to create something special in these next 3 games, and I believe that we can.
It also feels like you've kind of got the stage to yourself with Manchester United, with the men's team, not playing for so long, and these 3 big games. Is that something you can afford to think about in, do we attract more people to the game, or to the 2 Old Trafford fixtures? Can you afford to think about bigger picture stuff? Do you think about bigger picture stuff, or does your focus just have to be on that?
No, it's a good point. I think, look, deep down you always do. Your brand of Manchester.
Of course, when the men's are like on the international break, say Manchester United men, Chelsea men, Arsenal men, and that, they seem to use a lot of Premier League stadiums, which, you know, I get it, because if the men are on international duty, why not?
United, the way we want to play, always should be attracting the next fan. The thing for us, though, is, honestly, if we spoke about that, we'd probably forget about how to defend certain parts of Bayern Munich. So we focus on the primary things that we can control, and then, but we're always aware we're ambassadors for our fantastic club and for women's football in general. Manchester United is a big brand, so we're always trying to put that out. I think the best way to do that is to perform to your best. And so that's what we're going to try and do against Bayern and City and Bayern again. So that'll be the challenge and something we're really looking for. That's why you joined Manchester United, right? Yeah. That's the whole point.
And just one for you, Julie. What's the differences between playing at Lee, when obviously it's a bit more compact, there's a bigger crowd there, it's closer to full capacity, then you come to Old Trafford, especially for a night game, it's difficult for people to get to, and maybe a bit of a level that gives Bayern some inspiration. Do you have to approach it differently playing at Lee to playing at Old Trafford? Does it feel a bit different at all?
I don't think it feels that much difference. Like, of course, playing Old Trafford is like a dream come true, and like it's such a historical ground and everything. So I think like we're all very excited to play there. Of course, it's maybe like feels closer to the people only, but I still think it's such a cool experience to play at Old Trafford and also at Lee. So for us, I don't think it matters that much, but we hopefully as much people can show up and support us because we need them.
Thank you.
Hi, Marc. We watched the girls train this morning, and I mean, they basically danced onto the pitch. They're in sometimes they're so confident. How important is that going into 2 big games or 3 big games?
I think it's our secret weapon. I really do. I know the Bayern team are close, so we played them in the 7s, and you could tell both teams had this special kind of chemistry. So that's why I'm really looking forward to it as well. I just think that we give a space for our players to be human at Manchester United, and they give us back the energy and commitment and all the things you ask. And for all the tactics that we talk about in games, for all the strategies, that secret source of that togetherness is probably why we are the team we are. We're competing against some giants of the game, and we're a team that has a giant's name, but not a giant's history of experience. And so we're bridging the gap very quickly, but it needs that special energy, and that's why our players bring it.
After the League Cup final, you said that your team needs to challenge themselves a bit more. Do you feel that over these next 3 games that'll be shown a lot, really, in terms of the 3 huge games?
Yeah, I mean, context to the challenge themselves means it.
Context. There's that buzzword, what's used a lot in press conferences.
In the moments where it matters the most, which is you need to stay calm. You need to have clarity, and you need to finish the chances that we create. I've always said I always have a problem with my team if we don't create, but we always create. So we need to, against this team, we need to be ruthless. If you get limited chances in this first leg, then you need to take them, and that's what I'm going to challenge us to do. That they know that. We're adults. Our players are adults. They take ownership. So my challenge is for us as a collective to take the moments we create. If we do that, we can have a magical night.
Finally, how big of an honour is it for you to lead out Manchester United in the first Champions League qualifier?
Yeah, I mean, it always is. And again, it'll be something that when I am no longer at Manchester United, something I'll always remember in my career. But you just, in the moment, you never have time for that. Like, I can't sit back and rest. I didn't even celebrate my birthday yesterday because we've got stuff to do. So,
happy birthday, Marc, for yesterday, mate.
It is what it is. You sacrifice things to be an elite person. So my players do that, and I'm right with them with the sacrifice of just trying to create history and more history. We don't want to stop now. And I'm hoping that comes through in our energy and commitment. The game will be the game. Bayern can win the game, and we can win the game. And there'll be magic moments in both legs. But I just want us to have no regrets, and I think that's what our team is, the mentality that they're going to have.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
No, thank you.
Marc, start with yourself. Real Madrid received a little bit of criticism, particularly online, the fact that they're one of the only teams not to play the games at the main stadium or the biggest stadium. You called it historic moments at Old Trafford and the Allianz. How important was it, or is it for you, to have these games at these bigger grounds, particularly tomorrow at Old Trafford?
I think it's huge for the growth of our game as well. We're still infant in the kind of years that we've played, with the exposure of the TV that we've had, and obviously press conferences didn't exist like this. So, and I've been at the other end of that. So I think it's hugely important. But what I want to stress is, and Julia said it beautifully, I've been here and I've played games at Old Trafford. We've played more and more there now, so it does feel more like home. If it's the first two games, it's kind of strange, but we experienced the PSG one this year, and that feeling is you walk on the shoulders of the giants that have been there before, and genuinely, I love the romance of Manchester, and I always have. Old Trafford is a romantic football ground, and it brings the best out of us, and
Yes, I know it's falling apart, Old Trafford people, but Mark Skinner's right. It's such a historic ground. So this is why this stadium needs to remain.
Expecting the best of us, because we need to bring the best of us to beat Bayern. But that's the beautiful challenge.
Big up Nighttime Kid. Bosh, big up to you, mate. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining me this evening, mate. Much appreciated. So, Nighttime Kid, what's your thoughts in the news that Mohamed Salah is leaving Liverpool?
And following on from that, how important is it for you to have players in the squad that have been to this stage of the competition before, despite it being the furthest the club itself has got to?
I mean, I say she like she's not here. Julia is a perfect signing for that. Not only does she bring quality, but she brings experience. And she's been obviously at Bayern, and obviously she's played in the Swedish national team. She's played in England, so she was a perfect fit for us. But more importantly, her personality fits what we want to achieve. Frido exactly the same, Leah Schuller exactly the same that we've bought in this season to be able to grow that experience. We've got winners in Malvine and obviously Frido. So from our perspective, to add these players in is the key ingredient, as well as the team spirit that can get you over the line when it gets tight, because games are going to get tight. So they're massive for me, and I mean, you might want to...
Big up everybody. We've hit the target of 10 likes. Big up to every single one of you.
Add to that, but that's how we've grown, is by adding that quality of player in.
And Julie, to go to yourself, you formed a good partnership with Marc as our individual, as previously mentioned. How have you found playing with her this season?
Yeah, no, I've been enjoying every part of it. I think right from the start we find each other really easy. So yeah, I enjoy playing with her. She's a brilliant player, and yeah, I think we work off each other good.
And just final one for yourself, how have you found that switch from Bayern Munich last summer to Manchester United? Have you had to adapt your role at all?
Salah, Liverpool club legend. It was the right time, but he should have left last season. 100%. Yeah, I agree with that. It's just not worked out for him this season, has it? So, yeah, the timing is right for him to move on, but he should have gone last season, after he lifted the Premier League title. I think that would have been a nice way to bow out. Mohamed Mo Saudi finally facing the fact that he is washed. Yep. He's done some great things for Liverpool, but he's clearly been struggling this season.
Here, and how have you found that switch?
Yeah, a little bit. I've been a bit more offensive here, which I like. Get him a little more free to do, both be up and down. But yeah, I really enjoyed being here at United, and it really feels like home from the first day.
Thank you.
Yeah, go on.
You pick, Coach. I don't want to fight in the room.
Hi, Mark. All the other teams in the Champions League quarterfinals were in the quarterfinals last season as well. What do you think this says about the challenge United are facing in the knockouts?
Yeah, it is. I didn't know that. And to be honest, it's where we want to be. We want to be in the latter stages of the Champions League. We want to be in the latter stages challenging for the league and cup final. So I think it says a lot about the growth of our team. We get a lot of pressure if we don't get over the line, but nobody ever measures the distance we've grown as a team in such a short amount of time. It's probably one of the best growths that you've ever seen in a sports team. So in such a short time. So even when the WSL are getting harder and harder and more investment, to show that we're in that stage is an incredible achievement. As I say, you're not the team I think we are if we don't want more. And right now, our job is to try and beat a fantastic team and get into a semi-final and make history again.
As Julia mentioned, her role is a bit different this year.
Yes.
What qualities did you see from Julia in Bayern that you wanted to see in United shirt? And what can you say about how she works in ESL?
Yeah, I mean, if you're what I see in Julia is there's so much. So that's why I had to pause.
Keep going.
Keep going. So basically what I see in Julia is I see someone that aligns with the thinking in the way I think about the game. So there's coaches love players that impart the game plan in live action because we can't do it. We can only talk it around because we can't impact the game like that. Julia does that. But what I challenged Julia to do was that at Bayern, she was the space finder, create space in the lower phases, but would usually tend to give the ball to other people to do the offensive work. I'll just challenge.
Big up to you, Ewan. I think Hamilton or Leclerc will win the Grand Prix on Sunday. That's interesting. So you think my team Ferrari is going to win the Grand Prix? Well, let's hope you're right, Ewan. I mean, I still think the Mercedes will be a bit too quick in that because of their straight line seats, but never say never. Hopefully, Ferrari can win. It'd be brilliant. But yeah, big up to you, mate.
You to be more offensive. I watched for Sweden in the Euros, and I could see just how much more we could add to Julia. And I think you've not even seen that you're just scratching the surface of Julia at Manchester United. She's come and played a lot, but we've had no space to reflect for her. So once this season's done.
Yeah, good geezer, thank you. Very good.
There'll be lots more growth again for Julia this season. I think she can link attack, score more goals, assist more, while also being able to destroy defences. So I think she has the all-round game, and I think she adds a lot of quality to our team. And someone, since I've said this to you, someone since I've been here, she feels like a kindred spirit on the pitch. Thank you. Nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay.
Just two very quick ones. Will you be watching Arsenal Chelsea?
I mean, I'll probably put the kids to bed, to be honest. No.
So in other words, no.
Look, it's of course it's an interest game. Of course, I'm interested in it. Whether I catch all of it again with our prep tomorrow, I don't know. But if I get a chance, of course, I'll watch it. Two English clubs as well. You know, we as much as we not fans of Arsenal and Chelsea, we still want to see English teams do well.
Finally, to both of you, can you win the trophy?
The Champions League.
I'm going to say no, unfortunately, because I feel we don't quite have the squad depth. So to me, it's no. But like I said, people, for us to reach the quarterfinals in our debut season in the Women's Champions League is absolutely unbelievable.
I mean, if we win the next 5 games, we would definitely win the trophy. Yeah, look, we believe in ourselves. We can. Of course we do.
Because you got to win every single game if you want to become European champions.
We are playing the elite of the elite, which is why we entered this competition, why we signed players like Julia. But if you don't have that belief, we may as well go out now. So we might as well not play Bayern because we need to believe we can, right? And we do. We have this
100%.
Probably the underdog out of all of them, which is weird for us. But we believe we can, absolutely. but we have to act the talk.
Yeah, no, I agree with Mark. Like, we have to believe in ourselves, and like, I think bigger upsets has happened. So let's see.
I said it at the start. I didn't think anybody that drew Manchester United would want to play Manchester United. So I think there's more awareness of us than people probably let on.
I've got a question over there, Mark.
Hi, Julia. Julia, if we start with you, since your manager spoke so brilliantly about you, what does that give you as a player? Very empowering words that even at this stage in your career and all we've seen from you, there's still more to give.
Yeah, no, like, I appreciate it. Like, me and Mark work very closely, I think, and I think we...
Big up, Adam Dar. Bosh, big up to you, mate. Good evening. Thank you for joining me this evening, mate. Much appreciated. People, make sure you are subscribing to Adam Dar, and make sure you are subscribing to Igeezer as well. Michael.ChelseaFC. Big up, I'm late, I'm here. Oh, no worries, Adam Dar, no worries, mate. Good to see you in the building.
always been able to be honest with each other, like both the good and the bad. So yeah, no, it means a lot, and it of course gives me confidence to keep going and keep fighting and like challenge myself in a way.
And we can hear and we can feel the enthusiasm from both of you. If I could ask from the players' point of view, what has this European journey been like, and what level of excitement do you have?
No, like we spoke about it in the team, like it's a dream come true, and like we're making history in every game we play. So like it means a lot to the girls, and yeah, we just want to continue to push and like show ourselves the best version of ourselves on the pitch, and yeah, just take it as far as we can, and yeah.
Maybe it's a difficult one to answer, Mark, but has this season surprised you in any way in terms of?
Yes, Adam Dar. At 8 p.m. tomorrow at Old Trafford, because obviously with Manchester United men now on their international break, the women have the opportunity to play at Old Trafford.
Where you are so fast, you've said about the growth.
I don't think it's surprise. That's a good way of kind of putting it. I don't think it's surprise, because when you have belief, nothing really does surprise you.
Yes, that's right. You're correct. And then the second leg next week is at the Allianz Arena. Yep, Old Trafford, mate.
I think it just encourages me to know how far we can go. Like with the right investment in the right areas at the right times, I think this team believes it can take everything.
I mean, squad depth is crucial. You know, if Manchester United women want to lift that WSL title in the future, we need the right squad depth. Munich second leg, south in Germany. Yes, that's right.
And we wear a heavy badge at Manchester United, and I think you got to be made of stern stuff. So, from my perspective, there's no surprise, but actually we can't stand still. We've got to push again, and it hurts you physically and mentally, right, to be part of Manchester United. But we're willing to walk the wire because we wanna create legacy for our fantastic fans and our fantastic club.
And just finally, from me, do you draw on the experience of Julian, the former?
Do you expect United women to win anything this season or go trophyless? I think, unfortunately, we will go trophyless. But, you know, never say never. Stranger things have happened in football. I mean, we're out in the Women's FA Cup, but we're not going to win the WSL because we're too far behind Manchester City women, really. I'll big up to you, Mamish. Welcome to the channel, mate. Good to see you in the building. The Women's Champions League is the last thing, right? Yes, this is the competition we can win. This is the only competition we can win now, Adam Dar. Chelsea women were robbed. I'm going to listen to Michael.ChelseaFC's shorts to hear what he had to say about the game But yeah, it sounded like there was a controversial refereeing decision. Of course, I can't comment because I didn't watch the game, but did you watch it, Daylight Sorting? What did you think? Did you think you were robbed, were you, by the referee? Interesting. But yeah, it's like we've seen people how bad the officiating has been in the men's football and even in the women's football sometimes. It is absolutely fucking abysmal. Tomorrow it's the women's EL Classic at the same time between Real Madrid and Barcelona. Yes, in the quarters. I've not purchased from DHgate for a little while now, so bit difficult to say whether they do them sort of things, but yeah, I hope you're well anyway. Yeah, I think we were robbed. England's referees need to be sacked immediately. As Vigilante says, we should have referees from Europe, not English referees, because they will be less biased. Which Vigilante has a good point, people. He really does. Obviously, Vigilante was absolutely devastated after the League Cup final the other day. Arsenal losing that. But his rant he went on was absolutely epic. I mean, and I pretty much agreed with everything Vigilante said, pretty much. What PR news came out of Manchester United men so far? Not really too much at the moment, daylight sorting, thank goodness. It's been quite quiet on the men's side recently, but I'm expecting when the transfer window to open up is literally going to be full of PR this, full of PR that. And I tell you, if there's too much of it, I am muting notifications because it'd be too much. Thanks for the reply. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Manish. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but yeah. Thanks for the reply, by the way. PGMOL and their parameters need to be revamped. Yep, I agree. The PR is a joke. 100% Adam Dar. Why do you think I absolutely hate PR so much, mate? Because I do, I absolutely detest it, people, at the end of the day. Let's get it right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get the narrative right. PR, XG, GA, all in the bin. It's as simple as that. Get it all in the bin. But yeah, Manchester City, they win another trophy, even though they're still 31 trophies behind Manchester United, but they're trying to catch up. Yeah, they are. And obviously, Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson, we won a lot of trophies. But Manchester United women in this game, I believe we can win this game, which is why I'm going with a 1-0 victory to Manchester United's women. Like I said, if we can take a 1-goal lead back to the Allianz Arena, I'll be very, very, very happy with that. And hopefully, it would give us momentum for the second leg. I don't like other YouTube channels keep repeating nonsense transfer news and they get clicks and more views. I call them out. Stop falling for the PR nonsense transfer news and lies. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, mate. United, they're not going to win anything this season. The Man City is trying to chase the domestic treble. Yep. I mean, we're not winning the Premier League anyway, Adam Dar. And it was absolutely delusional by them fans who thought we were going to win the Premier League. I mean, get out here, man. Seriously. Not happening in a million years. And even when we were winning a couple of matches, It's like, why? I agree with you, geezer. For anyone to charge that price is an absolute rip-off. Absolutely embarrassing at the highest level. This content creator should be absolutely ashamed of that. That is shocking. Big up to Michael.ChelseaFC. Adam Dar saying big up to Michael.ChelseaFC. But there's no way in a million years I would pay that price for a hoodie. I mean, get out here, man. I mean, if I was to sell hoodies, I think the most I would probably charge is 30 or 40 quid, something like that. But yeah, that price is nowhere near sustainable. And if anyone pays that price, you are an absolute idiot. Honestly, no sympathy with you whatsoever. Look, people, you can spend your money on what you like, okay? And I'm not saying don't get it, because that's entirely your decision, I do not dictate to anyone what to do. It's as simple as that. At the end of the day, you got to think, is it really worth it for that price? Because to me, no, it's not. It's an absolute con. So there's no way I'll pay that price for a hoodie. That price for a hoodie. Scooty, what's literally got a bit of cotton and fleece lining inside it. I mean, get out here, man. Seriously, what are we doing here, people? Charging that amount of price? Seriously, that is an absolute disgrace, honestly. And that content creator literally should hang his head in shame. Seriously. I mean, why would you charge your audience that price? Or I mean, I don't understand it. But, at the end of the day, that's up to the content creator himself, isn't it? So, yeah. Charlie Patrick's stream was dead again. He didn't get much views on his content. Yeah, brilliant. What about Mohamed Salah leaving Liverpool? It's like Josh Wright. Look, Adam Partridge, even though us two are Manchester United fans, I have to say it's a big loss for the Premier League, and he has done some great things for Liverpool. But I do feel now, Adam Partridge, it's time for him to move on, really. I think this is a good time for him and Liverpool to part company. And so, yeah, I think it's the best decision for both parties, really, moving forward. So, yeah, I say the timing's right, and where he ends up next, good luck. I mean, some of the goals he scored for Liverpool in his career has been absolutely fantastic, hasn't it? So, yeah, but, for Manchester United women, I just want them to go out there and put up a good fight, and hopefully we can take a lead back to the Allianz Arena. But as Mark Skinner says, we got to defend well and be on it. So before I wrap up this press conference, people, the last thing I want to talk about is Manchester United fans wanting Mark Skinner out. Lung ripping YouTubers, a new asshole. Do you, Josh, say? Absolutely, Adam Partridge, too right. Now, for, fans wanting Mark Skinner out, I mean, I find it absolutely insane, people. I really do. Yes, you can be disappointed we didn't beat Chelsea women in the League Cup final, but in our first League Cup final against playing the side who's won it so many times, was I expecting Manchester United women to win? No, I wasn't. I knew Chelsea women would win that game. But why did you go to the game then? Are you thought they're going to lose the game, Mr. Josh CJ? It's because I've never been to a cup final before. and I wanted to experience the atmosphere. And even though Manchester United women lost, I stayed until the very end. I even applauded Chelsea when they lifted that trophy. I was watching Blue Fan Man today, Josh, right? Yeah, big up to Blue Fan Man. Probably trying the new KFC range because KFC have, released this burger, this new pickled burger, and it's pickled Pepsi. I was watching another YouTuber, and his was literally where they give you the pickles and you put into the Pepsi. This YouTuber, he tried them on his own, and oh my goodness me, his reaction was absolute priceless. Absolutely fair. Yeah, 100%. But for Manchester United women, do I think we need to play a bit better than what we've been playing recently? Yes, 100%, people. But am I still backing Marc Skinner? 100%. Because he won us the Women's FA Cup a couple of years ago. We're still in the Women's UCL, and there's a strong possibility we'll be back in it again next season if we finish top 3 in the WSL. Mr. Joshy J, would you go to watch the Men Manchester United game at Old Trafford? My last time I watched a men's game at Old Trafford was in January 2020. Really, Josh, I don't go to KFC in all honesty. It's been a while, mate. Yeah, they've released this new burger, Michael Chelsea FC, and it's a new pickled burger. And they've also released these pickles you put into your Pepsi fizzy drink, which I find that very, very, very interesting. Something I've not seen before. But going back to my previous point, it's like people aren't fully backing Marc Skinner. Look, if you're Marc Skinner out, it is what it is. But I'm fully behind him because he's got to work with what he's got, people, yeah? Manchester United women's squad depth is not the strongest. This is what fans have got to realise. And I know who to blame for that expeditiously. The Glazers and Ineos. It's as simple as that at the end of the day. And obviously we lost Russo to Arsenal, which that was a bit of a hammer blow. But come on, people, seriously, you wanting Marc Skinner out? It's crazy work. Seriously. Why? Because I believe Marc Skinner can win us trophies again if we had a bit more squad depth, if the ownership backed him a little bit more. So, people. Like I said, fans can be what they like, We're not always going to agree on everything, but let's at least have an adult conversation about it, yeah? It's like, if you're Marc Skinner out, explain your reasons why. If you're Marc Skinner in, explain your reasons why. And yeah, fully behind Marc Skinner, people. And that's not going to change anytime soon. It really isn't. So, yeah, Marc Skinner, big up to you, yeah? And keep on landing it, I say. And prove the critics wrong at the end of the day. Now, whether you're Marc Skinner in, Marc Skinner out, one thing's for sure, people, you should always, always get behind the team. It's as simple as that. I am fully, fully behind Manchester United's women. And Marc Skinner is the right guy for the job. You gaming tonight, Josh, mate? Yeah, I will be. I'm going to make myself a decaffeinated cappuccino. Then, yeah, I'm going to go live on play a bit of Tomb Raider for a bit. So, yes, I'll be live in about, the next half an hour or so. Sonia is my gaffer geezer. And you expecting good football tomorrow? I think it'll be an interesting game, Adam Dar. And I honestly believe we can win the tie 1-0. And if we can take that back to the Allianz Arena, that'd be a huge momentum booster. It really will. So, yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens, people. But I, for one, are really looking forward to the tie. And we just got to go out there and try and put on a good performance, put on a good show at the end of the day. So, people, if you're watching afterwards on playback, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think the score is going to be? And what do you think of Marc Skinner? Are you Marc Skinner in or Marc Skinner out? Or are you a bit on the fence about it? Who do you play in the semis, the winning? I believe for us, it's going to be either Chelsea women or Arsenal women. And then, hang on, let's have a look what the other ties are. Because I believe PSG women are still in it as well, aren't they? Oh, Wolfsburg women and Lyon women played tonight. Wolfsburg women beat Lyon women 1-0. Then the ties tomorrow is the El Clasico women and Manchester United women. You doing a watch on tomorrow night, Josh, mate? Unfortunately not, Adam Partridge, because I am watching the game with someone else. So, but I'll still be doing like a match reaction and that. So do stay tuned for that, people. Where I'll be talking about the game. And it's a pity, really, for the women's football that some fans don't do bigger match reactions like for the men's game, because, that would make things interesting, wouldn't it, people, at the end of the day? So, yeah. But big up to all your legends, yeah? But yeah, Lyon got locked up today. I mean, I've not saw any highlights yet, but yeah, it looks like they did. Yeah, so tomorrow's size is... Oh, they're playing at a different stadium tomorrow, Real Madrid women. So they're not playing at the Bernabeu then. They're playing at a different stadium. Manchester United women are playing at Old Trafford. So yeah. But people, as I said, it's going to be very, very, very interesting. I just tell people it's who wants it more at the end of the day. Will we be a hero for ourselves or will we be the villain? But either way, people, I, for one, cannot wait. So, as I said, my score prediction is a 1-0 victory to Manchester United women at the end of the day. So, yep, fully believe we can get something from the game. We got to stay focused, make sure we defend well, don't make any rash decisions, and hope that we find the back of the net, people, at the end of the day. Because, obviously, if you find the back of the net, means you're going to score goals, aren't you? But anyway, I am going to send you over to African King Academy now for the Fellowship of the Realist show. I'll be back on here tomorrow with some more content. Bayern Munich, good women's team. Yeah, and they're top in their league, Adam Dar. But yeah, I'll be live over on my gaming channel in the next half an hour or so. So big up to all your legends, yeah? And make sure you are hitting the subscribe button and make sure you are hyping as well. Because after the stream is processed, you can hype the video. That also helps my channel out an awful lot. And yeah, people. So we are out of here. Bosh! Glazers out, Ineos out, and brown envelopes in the bin as well. Bye-bye. Bosh!